Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of the Get a Clue Marketing Show, a show where you can get a clue on what to do about your marketing and your business. And today we got a very special guest. His name is Mike Thomas from the Mike from Maine show. And I got to tell you, this guy is a master at doing interviews online and getting those hard questions to those internet millionaires that everybody wants to know. And he reminds me of the James Lipton of the Inside Actor Studio. So
I love that show.
He's done a great job. He's got over 600 episodes. He started, I believe, back all the way to 2012. He used to be an English teacher, if I'm correct, and he used to live in Maine. I used to live in Connecticut, so we're kind of, New England brothers, if you will. And then he made a major decision and went over to Turkey, which is all the way around the world. And another thing about Mike is he's not afraid to show his numbers and things like that on his blog. I followed him for a long time. Because of his interviews, I was able to purchase some products based on the questions and the things that I found out watching his show. So without further delay, take it away, Mike.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on your show. It's an honor to be on the other end. As you mentioned, I do a lot of interviews myself. So after doing 600 of them, it kind of is strange for me not to be the person doing the question asking. But it's fun to get on the other end of the camera once in a while. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So let me ask you, you were an English teacher. I thought I read that on your blog. Is that right?
Yep, I was.
And you were from Maine. I've got one of my best friends was from Skowhegan. I think that's what it's called. And
yeah, Skowhegan. It's I think I've been there before. It's not a place I went very often, but yeah, Maine is definitely it's a cold place, and it's one of the reasons why I originally left. I went to school in Virginia, got my degree in English literature and Spanish language there, graduated in 2003 and moved abroad. I've always had the travel bug. In Turkey now, because I was back in 2008, I was working from my computer, doing some internet marketing stuff. And I decided, hey, if I'm working from my computer, why not travel the world? And I went to India for 3 months, and I was planning on going from India to Istanbul to Eastern Europe to South America, but I got kind of stuck in a good way in Turkey. I fell in love with the culture, the people, the food's amazing, and been here since 2008. My wife is Turkish, and I'm currently living in Istanbul.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, stupid question. Do they speak English? What's the majority language over there?
Yeah, they speak mostly Turkish. There's a bunch of different languages, but the main language is Turkish. There's a lot of people that speak English as well, especially if you're in the touristic areas. But yeah, my wife and I speak about. She complains that I don't teach her English enough. She speaks English, but we usually speak about 95% of the time in Turkish.
Wow, that's fantastic. So tell me, Mike, how did you get involved with starting to do interviews and, into the IM space?
Good question. How did I get involved? It was before 2012, before September 2012, I was doing stuff online. I was building AdSense niche sites, and I would build these crappy little sites and get them ranked in Google. The whole purpose of them was to rank for really low searched keywords, maybe like how to sell silver coins online, like something that not many people search for. And when there's not a huge search volume for them, it means that normally there's not going to be a lot of competition as well, because if there's not a lot of money to be made from it, who's going to spend a ton of time doing that? So I took advantage of that, made a bunch of little sites. It cost me about $30 to create a site when I would outsource it, and I had a little factory going. I created 750 of them. They were making me anywhere from 3,000. I think my best month was like 15,000, because what I would do is I would actually flip the sites. I would have proven earnings, take these sites, sell them to other people at a multiple of 10 to 20 times their monthly earning. And that was working well for me. And at that time, I thought I needed more traffic. I was thinking, because I was selling these sites on my website, I was like, okay, maybe I should start like a podcast or a show. So I started to do a show, and the whole intention was to just meet more people, get myself out there. The internet marketing world, it's kind of like you're on this little island. You're at home and you're in your pajamas at your computer, and it's hard to really meet a lot of other people out there. So I started doing that, and it's a good thing I did, because in September, right when I started my show of 2012, Google updated their algorithm, as you'll hear a million times from people, where they get their website slapped. I didn't have one website slapped. I had most of my websites slapped. And I went from making good money, thousands of dollars per month, to back down to, I think it was like 1,000 or 2,000 I made in that month. So I got slapped there. So yeah, I decided to do the show out of a desire to diversify my income, to kind of meet more people, and I just went on from there.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's a great story. In fact, so I wanted to do that too, and I started, about 3 years ago. I wanted to do interviews and things like that, and my strategy was to go after people on LinkedIn, because I was selling to small business owners, and I wanted to talk to people that were part of these major groups, like 18,000 to 36,000 people in these LinkedIn groups. Mm-hmm. And, it worked okay, but, but after the interview was done, I mean, I was flooded with these negative thoughts, like, can I keep this going? What happens if? And it was just, it was almost like I just shut down. I mean, can I keep this up? Can I keep it going? And another thing too was these people, they didn't have a good internet connection. So as I was talking to them, they were all, we'd lose signal because they had dial-up, mm-hmm. and we'd have to redo it and things like that. And I was like, oh man, this isn't working. And so I'm getting back on the horse and everything like that. Did you have to go through any of those fears? Can I keep this up? Can I keep it going? What happens if something fails? Things like that. Did you have?
We all have insecurities when it comes to things like that. What if I look stupid? What if I say something dumb? What if I'm not a good interviewer? What if? Like, there's tons of stuff here. Like, I'm actually not a very extroverted person. I'm more of an introvert, and I that's why I like working online, because I get to work from my computer. I don't have to be out in the world. But it's you kind of have to get over it, and it's after you've done something. Like in the beginning, you're gonna suck. Like it's just the way it works. If I go back to my first interviews and I look at them, I laugh at them. But I also am really proud of them, because I know that I tried something that most people are too scared to do. I did it. I've gotten better at it. In a year from now, and a year after, and in 5 years from now, I'll look back at interviews I'm doing now and I'll chuckle at them. Like, you're going to get better at everything you do, whether it's interviews or public speaking or building something. I don't know, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be around this specifically. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And it's just like you can't help get better. Like it's just what's going to happen over time. So yeah, I had insecurities, but I got over it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, how responsive with the people when you were reaching out to them to get an interview? It was like, what was that like? How do you do that? Through email, over the phone? How do you do that?
In my experience, if you're going to start reaching out to people to do interviews, the big guys, don't start with the big guys. Don't start with the whatever your niche is. It doesn't have to be internet marketing. Whatever your niche is, don't try to start at the top, because those people, they're going to look at you. They're going to go, okay, doing this interview is not going to really do anything that's beneficial for me, because that's what everyone's looking at. They want to know what's in it for them. Like, why should they be doing this? Why should they be giving you their time? And most people, there's exceptions. Like there's some guys and girls that are nice. They were nice when they got started, and they're nice that they're super successful. But even the nicest people they have a certain amount of hours in a day that they can do interviews. I've emailed Seth Godin about doing interviews, and he just politely responded, "Sorry, I'm busy. I can't do an interview." Like, he still responds, or someone posing as him. I think he answers his emails, but at least he responded. Now, how to get these people to do it? Reach out to people that are a little lower. Reach out to people maybe that you know. Don't have your first interview be with your idol. It's going to be better to have it be with someone that you're comfortable with, even if it's just a friend, to test it out, because you're probably going to have technical issues. You're probably going to fumble around trying to figure out if it's working or not. Maybe you do the whole interview and it's not even recording, and you're like, it's better to do that with someone that you know and that's going to be more forgiving than to have it be like your all-time hero that you do that with. So as far as getting people to respond, let them know what's in it for them. If you've got an email list that you're going to be sending it out to, even if it's just like 1,000 people, tell them that. If it's going to be shared on your blog, tell them that. But you don't lie to them. Don't tell them that you've got an email list of 1 million people when you really don't. They'll appreciate sincerity over exaggeration. So I would say be honest. Expect that you're going to get rejected, but also expect that it's part of the whole process. I've had people. I was just talking with an internet marketing friend of mine, Stephen Gilbert, just a couple of days ago, and he was saying, Mike, when you first reached out to me for an interview a couple of years ago, I was like, who's this? I don't have time. Now he reaches out to me and he tries to get me to interview him when he puts out a new product, because he knows that I can bring him sales, and I have an audience. So things change. Be prepared for rejection and embrace it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And now, when you got started back in 2012, the latest craze was podcasting and doing interviews, and then it kind of slowed down. And do you see this thing ramping up just again? Because I'm starting to see interviews everywhere for internet marketers. Are you seeing that trend?
It's going to go up and down. I think that podcasts are huge. John Lee Dumas from Entrepreneur on Fire, a friend of mine, a fellow Mainer, he's done a very good job at exploding and really bringing a lot of attention to the podcasting industry. We've seen a lot of people starting audio podcasts lately. Video is it's an extra dimension where you don't get to hide behind your microphone. People see your face. You have to prepare a little bit more and you're on display there. There's positives and negatives to both podcasts and video. There's ways of leveraging both of them. You could do a video show and you can leverage it. You could also put it out as a podcast. But as far as going, is it going to continue on like this, and is it going to be flooded with tons of people doing interviews? It could be, but you're going to have to make yourself stand out by putting out better quality than other people. I'd say niche down. If you try to do an entrepreneur show, just doing in general entrepreneurs, you're going to have a lot harder time than if you're just going to do a show about interviewing people that are doing paid advertising or people that are doing YouTube advertising. You can make it so that you have an edge over those people by niching down. And that's true not only in doing interviews, but in marketing in general. If you're a plumber and you're looking to learn how to do Facebook advertising, you're looking to get more clients. If an advertisement comes in front of you that says how to get more clients, or another advertisement comes up in front of you, how to get more clients if you're a plumber, you're gonna be looking, it's for plumbers, it's for me, it's more personalized there. So niche down, and you can make yourself special in the market.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's talk about your blog. I mean, you're disclosing all sorts of information, your subscribers, how much you're making, what kind of tools you're using. I think it's great. but I'm not willing to share so much, just getting started. So
why not? Why not share? If you look back to my income reports, now my income report, if you look at it, it's like I made $30,000 in the last 2 months that I reported.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I haven't put out my income report for March yet, but it was like 26,000. So around between 20 to 30,000 these last 3 months. But if you go back, it wasn't always like that. If you go back to October 2011, I made $355. If you look at April of 2012, I made negative 2,500. So I had a loss that month. If I just came out and I started putting out income reports and I was like, hey guys, I'm making $30,000 a month, people would be like, sure, Mike, you are. And it would look like I was bragging. The reason why I disclose my income reports is not a way to brag to people how much I'm making. It's a way to show people, look, I came from nothing. I've had good months. I've had bad months. But this is what can happen if you put in the work and you are consistent in your business. People see these numbers on sales pages of people making millions. They think, oh, this guy makes millions. This guy does this. This guy does that. It's not true. Like, everyone has their ups and downs, and I want to make it so that people can understand what is possible, but at the same time, you're going to start at zero just like I did.
Yeah, and that's what I love about your show, because you actually have these people online, on your show, and then you get the backstory and find out if they're for real or not,
I try to do my best, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I really enjoy. I noticed in your income report for February, you said the tax man, debt, and insecurity. Are you paying U.S. taxes over there, or how's that going to work if you're moving?
I do. I'm still a U.S. citizen. I do get there's a tax. It's a $98,000 foreign income exclusion that I'm able to claim because I'm not in the United States most of the year. Like, if you're not in the States for a certain amount of time, it's like 350 days or something like that. You can look it up online. But I get to exclude that tax. But at the same time, I still pay self-employment tax. So this year, I paid $44,000 in taxes. Yeah, I just paid that. I just paid out a couple months ago. It was not a good feeling, but still, it's okay. Like, I made enough money to be able to pay that amount in taxes. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, do you ever think you're going to be moving back to the States out of curiosity?
Perhaps. I just bought a house here, so not sure, but it could be a possibility in the future.
Well, that's cool. So, what kind of projects are you working on right now?
Projects that I'm working on right now. I just did a product launch in November, where I put out a product talking about how I make money as an affiliate. That took a lot out of me. It was definitely I made about $50,000 from that product launch. So it took a lot out of me. I started my coaching program. I'm really into that right now, where I do a group coaching where I'm helping people to make money online as an affiliate and as a product creator as well. So that takes up a lot of my time, and I'm just doing my thing, doing my interview thing. I don't want to buy myself a job. That's something that's really important to me, is that I'm not out there like working 12, 15 hours a day. And the only thing that's different from what I'm doing here and at a workplace is that I'm at home. That's not what I want. I work about 2 hours a day. And I say 2 hours a day. In full disclosure, I'm at my computer doing stuff, but it's not work. Like, I can go to my computer, do something, have my lunch, watch the 4 released episodes of Game of Thrones, and be happy with my life. Like, I have that freedom to do that. But at the same time, like, if I want to go on vacation, I don't have to ask anyone permission to do that. I have to ask my wife maybe permission, but that's about it.
There's nothing like that freedom at all. Working out of your house. It's always been a dream of mine. I've been doing it for years and years, and there's nothing like it. But so let's just wrap this up, because I know that you're real busy. You recently came out with a YouTube video, says Simple Tube Cash Secrets. Is that something that you wanted to promote, or where can they find that?
Yeah, that's actually was something. I'm doing a promotion of a product for Alex Jeffries right now, and what I did was I partnered up with Brett Rutecki, a friend of mine. He has another review blog, and he's giving away a copy of his Software Notification Pro, and I'm giving away a course that I just made. It's a short, sweet 7-video course that I made about how to make money with YouTube videos, and I'm not going to be selling that. I'm giving that away as a bonus for anyone who buys the Alex Jeffries course through my affiliate link. So I made that so that people can actually take that, and I gave out free resell rights with it. So you can buy Alex Jeffries' course, get Notification Pro and my information course, and then you can take that and sell that and keep 100% of the profits. Like, take it, sell it. I don't need to know how much you sell of it, what you do with it. I don't care about your leads or anything. That's all your business. It's yours to sell.
Wow, that's fantastic. What is the platform that you like the most, that you spend the most time on? Is it YouTube, Facebook, the Warrior Forum? Which one?
Platform. I mean, YouTube
when you're
is
launching your products and things like that, and keeping people up to date.
I would say Facebook is a pretty big one for me. I do a lot of networking there. I couldn't really do my business without Facebook. YouTube is what I use for my interviews and my reviews, because I can get free traffic from ranking easily on there. JVZoo is the platform that I use for that's where a lot of my income comes through, because that's where a lot of the products are launched through JVZoo and PayPal. But yeah, it's a lot of different platforms, but you got to be careful about being too reliant upon just one thing, because you never know when something will change, and then you're going to be in trouble, like I've been before.
Wow, that's great. Well, Mike, I gotta thank you for taking the time out and everything like that. Where can they go to get more information about you and they can connect with you?
MikeFromMaine.com.
All right. Well, you heard it here from the Get a Clue Marketing Show. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Mike, thanks a lot for taking the time. And, hopefully we'll be talking to you soon for your next product launch, and I can interview you for that. Would that be good?
That would be great. It's my pleasure.
Okay. Well, thanks again for watching. And this is David D from the Get a Clue Marketing Show signing off.